Today's podcast episode is brought to you by the wellness company House of KEITH, providing therapeutic body work for stress, tension, and recovery. Anything that's recorded on this is for KEITH-n-KISH purposes.
Like, comment, subscribe on this shit, man.
Anything that's private will be left private. Anything that's known will be known. Today, we have somebody dope. I'm talking hella dope. I'm talking like the music is really dope. Like I listen to the joint. It's crazy. It's crazy. We got Kartihana on the phone. We got Karti on the phone.
What's up with it, y'all?
What's going on? First off, your album is crazy. Okay?
Man, that shit, I made that shit, like, the thing about me and music, like, no cap, music is more like a hobby to me.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I could have been far with it. I've had so many opportunities, so many deals that, presented itself to me. But I feel like, personally, I know how I am, and I wasn't just really in a good headspace to be trying to take open that scene. And especially, like, coming across the people that I had to deal with and shit like that, it was just like a step back for me. So I still do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm starting to get back more into it.
Yeah, no.
But I just want to change my direction a little bit, you know?
Yeah. No. Look, it's Trick and Trap, right?
Trick and Trap, yes, sir.
Trick and Trap. Man, look, off the top, I had a few that I definitely had to add to my like coldest females playlist, right?
I fuck with you, man. Fuck with you.
Look, Trick Correction Academy off the top from the first song. I was like, hold up. I was like, okay. Get Your Baby Mama had me dying, but it was dope. Your flow is crazy. Niggas a bitch. You have it for a second. I was like, man. I was like, it's like another version of what's his name? Vaughn hit me. I was like, yo.
You're not the first to say that. I guess I got away with words in a sense.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's what it is. I try to paint a picture in some cases.
Yeah. That was like, ooh. And then, Pat Shara?
Pat Shara was a song I made about my best friend who tried to have me robbed. I had got a settlement or whatnot, and it wasn't even too much. It was like a little 50,000. And I ended up, like, my mama, my mama's gifted as well. My mom already had a bad feeling in her stomach when I brought her home with me.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, you know what I'm saying? Don't take all that money back to Atlanta. Just put that in your account. Take enough for you to, have in your pocket or whatnot. So I had already did that shit, but I ain't disclosed what I was doing. So I guess she thought I had all my bread with me when we got back to Atlanta. Mind you, she was my roommate. Like we had a place together or whatnot. And then she invited these niggas over. And like them boy had like guns and shit on them, but I'm not an easily intimidated type of person. Them boys in Atlanta, like that's what they do. And I used to hang around that crowd and shit, so that shit ain't really move me, and I never was looking at it like that.
Right.
But I was reserved. I was doing my own thing in the room or whatnot, and she was just so hard at trying to get me to come out the room. And, that turned into a whole altercation or whatnot, but a story for another day. Them boys ended up leaving, and then word got out to me and her best friend, pretty much showed me the messages and everything, how she was trying to get me, set up.
That's crazy.
Because they fell out, so she ended up turning on her friend to give me news. But, I don't trust you neither, bitch,
Right.
That's your people at the end of the day, so I still don't fuck with you. Thank you for the tip, though.
That's crazy. Your best friend tried to set you up.
My best friend at the time.
Well, best friend at the time. Yeah, look, when you elevating in life, it's always the closest ones that try to hurt you. It's the craziest thing.
It was jealousy,
craziest thing. Oh, for sure. All right. Before we get to the questions, because we gotta let everybody get to know you. I gotta tell you, you need to keep going. I know you took a break. All right, you just said you took a break. You're one of those. You know what I'm saying? Like you're one of those. You're one of those. I was like, yo, this is crazy. You got your delivery, your cadence, your voice. Like you got it. You got it. Don't sleep on that. Don't sleep on that. You keep going for sure.
I won't, man. My fiance was just like, enlightening me about that shit last night. He was just like, yo, you supposed to be big with music. You playing, you sitting on your ass, and like, he ain't lying. I'm so used to being comfortable and where I'm at now because, I got everything that I got now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, I'm proud of it, but I know I want to be farther in life. And yeah, I'm living a nice life or whatever, but it could be better, you know? So that's all I'm aiming for at this point.
Yeah. Your fiance is right on the money. You one of those. You like, I'm talking about like, you keep going. I foresee you on the stage with Glorilla and all the other ones that's up there right now. Like you got some punch to you for real.
Yeah.
All right.
I appreciate you, man.
No problem. All right. So, you mentioned you were coming back to Atlanta. Are you from Atlanta?
Well, no, I ain't. I'm not coming back to Atlanta. I used to live in Atlanta for like 8 years.
Okay.
You know, when I first started the music scene, I ran away from home when I was like 16, and then I met an older guy. You know, taught me some things in the streets, scamming, all that good stuff.
Right.
Got me a little head start in life. I ain't proud of it. I grew from it. I didn't take it and make it like, you know, a career out of it, but it was more so like a stepping stone.
Right.
You know, and then I left Atlanta, came back to South Carolina, and then went from South Carolina, stayed in Pennsylvania for like a couple years, then moved to New Orleans.
Okay.
And then I left. I'm back in Charleston now, where I'm originally from.
Okay, you're from Charleston. All right, I got family in Charleston.
All right, that's what's up with it.
That's what's up. Okay. All right, from Charleston. How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28 years old. I just turned 28 in January.
Okay, all right. Whole lot of life in you. Bet.
Yeah, a whole lot of life. Whole lot of early growing, whole lot of wisdom.
Okay,
all right. Lot of it.
All right. What got you into rapping? Like, when did that start for you?
Well, fun fact, I grew up singing first. Like, singing was my thing. But I feel like the church, I no longer, you know, deal with the church. No offense, not to step on no toes, but I no longer deal with the church, you know. But the church kind of overexploited me. Like, they took my gift pretty much and over pushed it to the point where I didn't want to use it anymore. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I found my mom can sing her ass off, and my mom can rap. You know, my mom actually was making a career out of that shit and was getting somewhere. Oh, damn. You know, but she ended up not being able to do that because she had to be a single mom and raise all 4 of her kids. And, you know, she wasn't able to, you know, fulfill that. So I kind of took that shit and just like, you know, I used to freestyle and shit with the boys on the bus, and, you know, I used to eat their ass up real bad, and I got known for it around school. I wrote songs, but I never had the resources to record, and then I recorded my first song when I moved to Atlanta, and it got hype off of it, and I just started making it a consistent thing. Man. And then some shit happened in Miami with some dudes who I was supposed to be getting plugged in with on the music scene, and you know, I kind of opted out of that because of some personal shit that I don't even want to get into detail about, but... For sure. Yeah. Okay.
Well, dang. Oh, well, look, it's funny. I feel like a lot of great artists started in the church, right? And then moving from there. It's crazy that you started with singing and, you know, and then you started moving more towards rap. Have you dropped anything that's with you singing, or have you decided
not to do that? I have not dropped anything with me singing. Actually, I have shit in my archive. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this next project that I'm working on, I want to put at least a couple of songs with me singing my hooks and stuff like that. And, you know, all that good shit. I take that back. I got one song in my vault I have not released. I recorded it when I was like 23, 24, and I'm singing, but it ain't my best. I was under the influence. I was drunk, you know, having a good time in the studio, but I laid it down. It's supposed to be like a rough draft, but... Okay.
Well, look, I think that would be dope. I feel like the best artists are those that can do both. You know, you have a few that say they can sing, right? You know, Nicki Minaj said she started out singing, and then, you know, they're okay. But then you got people that can really sing, and then they can really rap. And it's like, oh, dang, like that double threat is something that you can't AI that. You know what I mean?
Nah, you can't.
I like that. Okay, so you mentioned that you were a fiance. I heard you mentioned about your fiance. Where did y'all meet? Can we know a little bit about that? Where did y'all meet? How did it happen? How'd you fall in love?
Alright, so I'm going to say maturity for those who are limited individuals and don't understand the awakening phase, but it's kind of like that sense of reality that snaps into you and you kind of just change course in life. I was already having like a strong tie with Louisiana. I got family from New Orleans who are more so estranged. I did have a few family members move in with me. Move in with me, my mom, when I was a kid, like when Katrina happened and shit like that. But you know, I stay in touch with a few of them, but as far as my rest of my family, I don't really know them like that to be going there.
Right.
But I started taking solo trips to New Orleans by myself, like real heavy, between, like, I was already in New Orleans, but like not as heavy as I was like between last couple years. And then I started going out there real heavy, and then you know, I started place hunting out there. I applied for some credit. They gave me back a big ass line of credit or whatever. I was like, this is my new start. Like, let me go ahead and do this shit right, you know?
Right.
Went find me a place or whatnot. And then I wasn't really on the dating scene. I was pretty much so being fast in my ass, like, you know, testing the waters. But, you know, we ended up having that chemistry that couldn't be denied, kind of.
Right.
Because I'm not the type to just attach to any guy. You know, I've had my share of a lot of fuck men.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a reflection of me not having that father figure in my life, and, you know, lacking where, you know, I didn't have a dad at and shit like that. So I was looking for that shit in men, you know. So
right.
I guess I kind of grew out that shit, and then me and him met, and then, like, I don't know, it was just a different approach from him. He was more of a gentleman. I was actually on Bourbon Street, and he was with his friends, and I had a homegirl who I was cool with. We met up or whatever, and we was just walking down Bourbon. And then him and some other guys, they were just trying to stop me or whatnot. And I wasn't really, like, sweating them like that. Right. I ended up going to the bar. And I went to the bar, and then after I got to the bar, whatever, sitting there chilling, he ended up buying me a drink. And I guess it went from there. I kind of just gave him a little shot. Then we met up by the water. You know, we was just chilling, talking, vibing and shit like that. And then, I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
You know, fucking, and just went from there. Like, I wasn't looking for anything in him, but I'm more of those people, like, you can tell me what the fuck you want to tell me, but you got to show me. You get what I'm saying? And then he just was showing me. You know, I didn't tell him what I was looking for in a man. My grandma always told me, you never tell a man what you're looking for in him. You just let his true colors determine your liking. You know, a motherfucker will play the role just till they get their foot in the door and be a whole other person.
That's facts.
So
that's facts.
I played it cool, you know, and it just went from there. His true colors determined my liking. Man. My first day in my first place, you know, he stayed over with me. I was so excited to move in. I didn't even give a fuck. I didn't want to put my money into no more courtyards, none of that shit. I was paying for courtyards every fucking night, like $200 and $300 motherfucking dollars and more a night, especially around Mardi Gras time, because that's around the time I moved out there. And them hotels went up to $650 and $700 a fucking night. I said, hell no. You know, fuck it. I just go stay in my place. I got the place, moved in. He came, stayed with me. We ain't had no electricity, no nothing. Thugged it out on the floor with some blankets. Next morning we went and got straight. But, you know, the first night he thugged that shit out with me, that was a kind gesture for me.
That's what's up.
Because he ain't had to do that shit. He could have left me by myself.
Right. No, that's what's up. Okay, so y'all met each other on Bourbon Street. You went to the bar. He hit you with that T-Pain, that "Can I buy you a drink?" and started you melted.
Nah, he didn't hit me with a T-Pain, "Can I buy you a drink?" It was pretty much like, I'll get her whatever she having, and then I just went from there. Like,
okay, all right. Nah, he came straight with it. Okay, that's what's up.
He got that southern charm to him, you know.
Right. No, I feel that. That's what's up. Congratulations. It sounds like you got you a great man on your hands.
Yeah.
How long have y'all been together?
Shit, about a year and about 4 months now.
Oh yeah, that's beautiful. That's a lot of time to get to know each other.
Hell yeah, a whole lot of time.
Are y'all planning on having kids later on down the line? What's that looking like for you?
Oh yes, we are. Okay, so we got this thing where we both learned from, you know, parental experiences. But he had both of his parents. I didn't have both of my parents. Right. You get what I'm saying? So we kind of had to come to some type of accord that we can't bring no churn into this environment right now until we're where we want to be. I want a house established. I don't want no motherfucking apartment. I don't want no temporary housing. I want a real house, you know. I want land. I want all those things. And we're already building towards that. You know, we already got the credit established. We're already doing the searching. And everything else is just now, with buying a house, you got to make sure it's where you actually want to be. Yep. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So we experiencing this thing, the lease, you know, when the lease up, I'm pretty much going to pick this place that I have now on Airbnb. That's going to generate me revenue while I'm in California. And we out there, you know, venturing. So we just venturing right now until we see what we want to stop at.
Okay, that's what's up. So y'all talking about moving to California?
Yeah, moving to California.
Okay.
In about like 6 more months, and just like pitting this apartment that I have now.
Okay.
On Airbnb.
That's what's up. All right, man, that's dope. I used to live out in California. If you're trying to be like not like super in the mix, but kind of close to things, maybe look at like Fairfield or Vacaville area. That's like Northern California. You probably get a little more bang for your buck.
Let me tell you something. See, there's a lot that you don't know. That song, that Trick and Trap song ain't come from nothing. Like, I done ventured the world. I done had tricks out of this motherfucking world. Sugar daddies still got a few, on the roster, the payroll,
Right.
But they don't get no sugar.
Right.
But I'm very familiar with California.
Okay.
I'm very familiar with California. I got sponsors already got some shit in play for me.
There you go. All right. Well, shit, you ready? You ready?
So you ain't. I get it. You educated, but I'm already on it.
No, you are. You got it. You got it. You straight with it. All right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
I tell you, I'm an open book. I give it to you raw and real.
Look, I love it. I love it because it sounds like everything is moving exactly how you desire it to move. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that's on your path, on God's path. However you feel about that. Some people are more of the universe and stuff like that. But it sounds
there's a God though.
Yeah,
I
feel that. Yep, I feel that too. Okay, so getting into a little more of the juicy world, right? You told me how your ex-best friend, your former best friend at the time tried to set you up for, some bread that you have. What's something else crazy that's kind of that's stuck with you, now I wouldn't call it traumatizing, but it's definitely something where it was so out of pocket that it really kind of molded who you are today.
I've kind of always been ahead of my time, even as a kid. Like, I understood a whole lot of shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got older, I wasn't new to it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had a mama that was from the South. Mm-hmm. She was a mother first, but you know what I'm saying? She still had her street smarts. My mother was one of the biggest motherfucking drug dealers there was. Taught me everything about the game. You know what I'm saying? Taught me what to avoid. You know what I'm saying? She didn't leave nothing out, that I didn't need to know about the world. You know what I'm saying? She gave it to me real and raw. So when it came to me getting into the real world, I knew what to look for. I knew what to experience. Now, as far as the things that I've dealt with, I can give you an ass. Like, we can go down a wormhole, but one of my wake ups was when me and my best friend, I wish I could get her on the phone right now, Brielle. It was this dude, we was traveling. I met this Russian bitch named Natalia, and she put me on to working with some, upscale guys. It was, this topless events that they used to have. And, me and her, you know what I'm saying, she put me on or whatever. We was flying out to Vegas. We was flying out different places. We even had a spot, in New Orleans. We was on the fucking damn 16th floor, and the boy running out the whole top floor. Went in there. She put me onto the game. I didn't do coke, but you know what I'm saying? She always taught me to keep it on me. That's going to be your moneymaker. Right. That's what these men is looking for. Da-da-da-da. God bless her. So she ain't here with us no more. But she taught me the game. That bitch put me onto some real money. These bitches out here tricking and all that crazy shit, getting on flights and stuff. But this bitch was putting me on with big money. But the people associated with that money wasn't too much good people. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? These was motherfuckers doing work in the shadows. We had to sign NDAs. I can't even talk about a lot of it. But I'm just, cutting around,
Right, of course.
So, I picked my other friend from South Carolina. I got tired of her, living the lifestyle she was living, being a little cheap whore. So I took the bitch on the road with me. I was like, we're going to go all the way to New York. You know what I'm saying? I got to get in because I was meeting niggas at the parties and they was telling me, I'm doing this event. I want you to host it, giving me bank up front just to come host the events and stuff. So, hell yeah, I'm moving around. You talking about 5-10 bands, right? For a night, plus extra money on top of what you're making at the party. So it's just you know what I'm saying? The money was just there, Right. So I put her onto the shit. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and put you on, bitch, da-da-da-da. So put the bitch onto the game, took her up there. She did good her first night. Came back down to South Carolina. We were supposed to stop in South Carolina for a little while. I was going to put some money in my mama's hands, check in on my grandmama, God rest her soul, and, get back on the road. Right. This bitch leaves the hotel. We go downtown, we party, we get a little fucked up. I didn't get too fucked up. I was still in my right state of mind, but I remember her leaving the room. She was like, oh, girl, I'm going to go meet with my dude or whatever, da-da-da-da. I'm going to come back to the room. We're going to be, so we can leave before, it's time. Mind you, I was supposed to be it take 9 hours to get to Miami from Charleston. 9 hours and 54 minutes. Right. So I was supposed to be getting there before 10 o'clock that night. You get what I'm saying? So I was going to get on the road at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. That's the time we were scheduled to leave out. I set my alarm, the alarm go off. It's 6:30. I'm going ahead and getting ready. I'm looking around. I'm like, this bitch ain't nowhere to be found. So I'm texting her, blowing up her phone. She ain't calling me. She ain't doing shit. So I'm like, damn, I can't leave Shorty because me and her, I know her mama. I know all her people. We raised up together. Right. So now you with me, you under my wing. Something happened to you. They looking at me. So you know what I'm saying? my instinct is telling me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just make sure she good, try to figure out what's going on. But then I'm like, damn, I got to make sure I'm on the road in time so I can make it to Miami.
Right.
This bitch, I'm blowing up the phone. She still ain't answering the phone or nothing. So I'm about to say, I'm like, at this point, fuck it. Like, I done call her mom on the phone, like, you know, try to see if she was with her mom or whatnot. She ain't with her mom or nothing. So then I'm getting ready to leave and load my shit in the car. This bitch started blowing up my phone. So I pick up the phone. I'm like, bitch, where the fuck is you at? She was like, yeah, girl, it was so much going on. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, right now, these niggas had a white bitch in the room last night, and they gave her something, and then they took that girl home. She ain't been acting right, and I'm trying to leave, and this nigga, I'm like, he ain't trying to let me leave, and all kind of shit. Like just, you know, I'm in panic. Like, now I'm in, like, rescue mode. This bitch know how I am. I'm very protective about all my friends.
Right.
I don't play the radio at all. You know, I had my gun on me and shit like that, but I was trying to move head smart or whatnot. I got locked up and shit and got the fuck off, but I'm driving to this bitch. I'm telling her to drop her pen. She's not dropping her pen. She's on the phone with me, but now he's arguing with her. They going back and forth.
Man.
I'm trying to play this shit, like, smooth or not. I'm like, all right, bitch, like, just, like, if you try to drop it, like, where you at? She's like, I'm at these hotels on Ashley Phosphate. Now, the hotels on Ashley Phosphate she's talking about, I'm thinking, like, you know, they ain't something nice or whatnot, so I'm already heading towards that way. These bitches at some type of extended stay hole in the wall where it's crackheads and junkies at and all kind of crazy shit. So, like, I'm like, in my mind, like, bitch, I'm taking you away from this shit. Like, why the fuck would you come back to this shit?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, you back fucking with this low baller ass shit, like the shit that I'm taking you away from. So, like, in my mind, I'm like, yeah, this shit already done dead, but I'm going to go help my friend, but this shit dead. Like, right. I'm done with this shit. So, I get there. Matter of fact, she ended up sending me her pen when I got closer to her. I got her pen. We get there. I get to the hotel room, and now I don't see this bitch. Like, I'm to the hotel, but I don't see this bitch nowhere. I'm calling her phone. She's not answering the phone. So now I'm thinking she playing with me.
Right.
So I didn't get out the motherfucking car. The way they got them hotels set up, it's like a door on each outside. So I'm going up to each door. I'm calling, trying to listen for commotion. I get upstairs. A nigga stick his head out the door. And he looking around real fast, but he stick his head back in the door because I start going, like, walking towards that way. Mm-hmm. So I'm knocking on the door pretty much, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not on no hostile shit, but I'm talking to him like, Brielle and that whatnot, like, da-da-da-da. So she ain't like, yeah, sis, I'm in here. I'm trying to get out, but this nigga playing, da-da-da-da. So I'm like, you playing like shit. I'm like, shit, you trying to talk something? Like, you know, I'm trying to play the game at this point because I'm trying to see, like, I'm trying to get in the motherfucking door to help my friend.
Right.
So I guess this bitch, she finally, like, get a little bit of balls. So he opened the door. She pried the door open a little bit, and I pushed the door all the way open. So I get in there. I'm like, get your shit, let's go. He like, nah, what you on? I said, I come to get my motherfucking friend. So, like, now we going back and forth or whatever. And me, I don't like to go back and forth with nobody because I click out. And I know, like I said, I had a robe coat on. I had no clothes on, no nothing. Like, I got the videos in my phone, too, like, you know, what was going on. Because we did kind of extort him. Ooh. But that's because he took it then. You get what I'm saying? Like, ain't had to be that. She could have get her shit, get out the room. But this nigga on some shit, like, he ain't trying to let out the room. So now I go up in the room, and he had this long-ass Samsung speaker in front of the thing. He started talking some nonsense about, y'all could have stayed in my motherfucking room. Y'all could have made money, da-da-da-da. Shit, all I was asking is y'all, boy, let me fuck y'all while I want to fuck y'all. Y'all could have worked out my room. Bitch, I'm staying at the courtyard. You is staying at a fucking hole in the wall. What the fuck make you think I'm going to stop what I'm doing to come sell myself for your broke ass and you in the hole in the wall with this bitch doing God knows what, hard drugs maybe. I don't fucking know.
Right.
But this bitch, so this bitch started getting jumpy around the room. So my instinct kick in. I grabbed that Samsung soundbar speaker and I chopped that bitch. And when I chopped that bitch, he started trying to rush towards the dresser because I guess he had something in there. I could drop dead right now if I'm like, I jump over the bed and I kicked that bitch real hard. I said, Brielle, come on, bitch, get his ass. So she started helping me. He a little short nigga now. He ain't too big, nothing too, like, he ain't too muscular or nothing. I got this, like, if I send you the video, like, you'll see how he look. Because he butt naked. We done beat the nigga that stripped him out his clothes and all that shit. So, like,
wait, hold on.
And I pull his ass from between the bed, and I'm like, Brielle, hold his ass. So she get on top of him. She had these long ass fucking locks in her head. He done wind his hand up in her locks and wouldn't let her head move.
Oh man.
So now I'm trying to get this bitch off of her. I'm doing everything. I'm stuffing this bitch in his head, like everything. Beating that bitch, the telephone done chopped that bitch in his head up the phone, everything. He is not letting this girl head go. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I start pulling his damn pants down. I had some long ass nails on. Some long ass, like real, maybe like a good 2 inches long. Like them bitches was long. That's when I used to wear the hoochie nails and shit like that. And I remember, like, I pulled that bitch pants down, and he was in the video. You can have, he like, oh no, and I said, yeah, bitch, you ain't want to let go. I got something to let your ass go. I stick my fingers up his fucking ass, and he start hollering.
No.
help, help. Now, mind you, I didn't even know, like, man, my nail done broke off and shit like that, but that shit, all that stuff at the crime scene.
It broke off in him?
Huh?
It broke off in him?
Yeah, my nail broke off in his ass.
Oh my
and he had let her
God.
hair go now, so we start whooping. When I tell you we start whooping that nigga motherfucking ass, I took the telephone cord, and I started wrapping that shit around his motherfucking neck. I said, pull it. Now I done clicked out at this point. And Brielle know how I get when I click out, so I start pulling the cord because now I'm like, bitch, you playing with me in this motherfucker. I've been trying to get out of this motherfucker. I said, yeah, bitch, you done. I done clicked out on him now at this point. Brielle, like, since you won't catch it, Ann, please. I done tell that bitch to shut up. I said, bitch, grab this motherfucker, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass. So she grabbed the cord, she holding the cord. I done opened the door, start taking the little change here, and this bitch had $60 in there. I still snatched that. That's my ass money. He had a little baby ass 22 in there, all kind of shit. We snatched that shit, and Brielle now at this point, she want to get amped after all the damage that been done. He in between the door behind the dresser trying to push the door. She got her back against the door frame, pushing him in between the door and the dresser. The corner of the dresser digging in his ass. He is hollering for his life. Like, help, help. A white man came by with his little dog. He looked at the damn man and they get beat up. He fucking toot his head up and keep walking. I said, all right, bitch, let's fucking go out and put my car up. She done ran out the hotel room. We're fucked up. This bitch went live afterwards. The police ended up finding the fucking live, done took her ass in.
She went live. She went live dry snitching.
This bitch went live bragging because she's so clout ready, amplified, just going live, like just yeah, we had to do this at the third. Now I'm in the video like telling this bitch to get the camera off me, but she done put the camera all on me and shit like that. They done analyze my face and everything because like I said, I didn't get in trouble before. This ain't my first run-in.
Right.
So like I'm already in the system. And, you know, I got pulled over on a traffic stop. I ended up going to Miami. I went there. I had a good-ass motherfucking time, too. Came back home, got pulled over on a traffic stop. They said, we have a warrant out for your arrest, ma'am. I was going to let you go because he wrote me a ticket or whatever because I was speeding.
Right.
And then he was like, yeah, they got me I got dispatch telling me you got a warrant out for your arrest, so I'm going to have to take you in. You got somebody to come get your car, Mind you, I'm like 2 hours away from home. I'm in South Carolina, but I'm nowhere that nobody can get my car. They done towed my car. Then I had a sugar daddy at the time. He ended up, going to get my car, but then, like, they wouldn't let him get my car because he didn't have proof that, I had a written statement or nothing that he could pick my car up or whatnot. So he had to work on they had to get me out of jail. I sat for like 3 days and then, in Berkeley County, and then they transported me to Charleston County. Detectives questioned me, and then they was not going to give me a bond because at the time I had 2 residences. I had a place in Atlanta and I had a place in South Carolina. And they was like, I was at flight risk because I had 2 addresses, listed. But I don't know, my lawyer, I don't know if this nigga part of some type of secret organization or some shit like that. I do know he's a Freemason, and I do know what they're associated with, so I feel like that played a part in, my case and shit like that. But that nigga did some shit, and at first I thought they was about to, because they took me back in the process, and the courthouse and the jailhouse isn't one. So they took me back in the process because they was about to go ahead and sit my ass back in, and he called me back out of process and was like, come here. And then this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna have the report and and we're gonna put you on, give you supervised or something, supervised visits or something from a bail.
Bail bondsman?
Bail bondsman. Yeah. So the bail bondsman had to pull up with me and shit like that. I couldn't leave. I wasn't supposed to be driving. All kind of crazy shit. So much shit that I had to deal with that whole year. But I was still doing my damn thing though.
Right.
I was still traveling. Then they put my ass on probation. I was on that for like 2 years. Because I wasn't living in South Carolina, but I was reporting, doing my call-ins and shit like that. She made me report the first 3 times, and after that, she was just doing call-ins. So that's one of my stories.
That is a crazy story.
Listen, that Trick Correction Academy shit, that was real. Those songs are real. Like, those are not just songs that I put together and just rap about. No, those are shit that I actually lived. I lived all of that shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm borderline speechless.
I'm telling you that been my thing. Like I've been, and I'm glad that I left that lifestyle alone because I ain't gonna lie. That lifestyle would have had my ass in a whole heap of shit that I couldn't get out of.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like it. You know what I mean? Like it sounded like it. Clearly, clearly you got God on your side because you was in, you got out. You know what I mean? Your life in a better situation. Your head on straighter. But it also seems like you've also been the one. As long as you're not getting pissed off, that had
hell yeah.
a straight head on your shoulders.
You know, I got a heart of gold. I will get the shirt off my back. I always try to help out people when I can. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of had to cut back on it because that was my weakness.
Right.
You know, pouring into people, taking away from myself, setting myself back because I'm just so concerned about everybody else. Like, I kind of had to wash my hands with my sisters and everybody because everybody's so used to me being the go-getter. Mm-hmm. They always coming to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And yeah, I'm able to help y'all, and yeah, I'm getting by, but I'm not, you know, pitting my money and investing it into the things that can help me grow.
Right.
So I had to cut back on that shit. So I'm kind of like just been incognito and in my own mode. I help where I can, but I'm kind of reserved at this point.
Hey man, well I love that. I love that. I'm not gonna lie. That was perfect. That was perfect. Look, hands down, the most entertaining story that I've heard thus far. You have me shocked. Oh man. Look, before we end this episode, is there anything that you want to share to the audience? Let them know anything you got going on in the future, anything like that?
I just want everybody to honestly, and I don't force this on anybody, but I just want people to wake the fuck up. Mm. Like and they hear woke and they hear this religious psychosis that everybody is under, like this fake ass spirituality facade, but shit is getting real. I'm telling y'all right now, like I ain't even about to like listen. That shit was so intense last night, y'all. I had a whole fucking breakdown. Mm. It's getting real out here. Y'all need to get more in tune with who the fuck y'all are. Start locking in with y'all people. You know what I'm saying? All of that shit, because this shit, this war, this reset is getting real. I ain't trying to sound too crazy and trying to get too deep on y'all asses or, you know, try to politic into that, but, you know, that's my message to y'all. If you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't.
All right. I love it. Well, we just got done talking with the big Kartihana. All right. That's not only is her music dope, but she's dope in real life. None of this make-believe stuff. I love it. I definitely would love to have a part 2 with you because I got to know some more of these stories. I got to know.
I'll be right, y'all.
All right, bet. All right. I appreciate you for hopping on. I'm going to holler at you later.
KEITH-n-KISH. She just want to taste that. KEITH-n-KISH. She just want to get with that. KEITH-n-KISH. She just wanna hear that. KEITH-n-KISH. KEITH-n-KISH. She just wanna love that. KEITH-n-KISH. KEITH-n-KISH. She just wanna be on that. KEITH-n-KISH. KEITH-n-KISH. She just wanna scream that. KEITH-n-KISH. KEITH-n-KISH. She just wanna scream that. KEITH-n-KISH.